Hi there, this is Sylvia from A Place to Be. We've been living in Madeira for 7 months now, and every time we go on the street, especially in the mornings, because my daughters are 6 and 3, people ask us, aren't you going to school? And why aren't you at school? And aren't you going to start school? Because we say they don't go to school. And the other thing they ask is, do you speak Portuguese? And we say, we're learning. Because it's true. We might not be actively learning in a school or with a course, but we're out listening to people speak Portuguese. I have some books, I have an app, I make an effort practicing with the neighbors and the shops and everywhere. And that's how we're learning bit by bit, because there's no rush. There's lots of people that I know here, expats, who say, I have to send my kid to school to Portuguese school because I want them to learn Portuguese because I need them to integrate, or I want them to integrate, to be able to integrate. But I don't think that just because you speak a language means you're going to be able to integrate, and just because you don't go to school doesn't mean you're not going to learn the language. Let me give you some examples. I was born and raised in Germany. My dad's German, my mom's Peruvian, so we were raised bilingual. My mom only spoke Spanish with us, and we replied only in German. So for 20 years that I spent in Germany, I was able to understand everything, but the few times that we have had Spanish-speaking guests, we spoke our little Spanish that we knew, and with a German accent. And then when I was 20, I left Germany, my choice. I went to Barcelona for 6 months. That's where I massively improved my Spanish by just having to speak it on the street and with everyone I knew and I didn't know there. And then from there, I went to Peru for 9 months, also by myself. Of course, I had lots of family there, but none of them spoke German. So that's where I lost my German accent, and I started speaking with a Peruvian accent. And then on the other hand, in my school years in Germany, even though I was born and raised there and I spoke a perfect German, didn't mean I was able to integrate in many areas of my life. At school, of course, I had some friends, but I felt really uncomfortable in a group of people, sometimes even when there were friends of mine among them. Then making new friends, I was very introverted and shy and insecure. So meeting people on a party, I was just like, it wasn't enjoyable for me. Then also I played tennis. I started playing when I was 4 years old. And in the 15 years that I played, and I spoke German and I played well, I was never able to integrate into the tennis scene in any way. Not when I was training, not when I was on tournaments or on tennis camps in Germany or in Holland or in Spain, where my mom sent us to, because I didn't enjoy it. It was pure pressure. And as I said, I just wasn't the type of person who easily started talking to someone and made friends. So it was horrible for me, actually. I didn't like it. And as I said, I wasn't able to integrate, even though you would say you spoke German and you played tennis and well, why weren't you able to integrate? I just couldn't. So on the other hand, I also played volleyball, and there we were just a team that was like that. I loved volleyball. I loved going to the training sessions. I loved going on trips with them, on tournaments, and we did lots of things outside volleyball. So there I was able to integrate because it was my choice to go there, because I enjoyed it. There are many people here who send their kids to school and they think they need to rush the kid. The younger, the easier you learn and the quicker, and then he'll be able to make friends and be part and feel part. But that's not going to be the case for everyone. The negatives of not learning a language super fast doesn't outweigh all the many negatives that come with sending my kids to school, and that's why I don't send them to school. I know that my kids will learn Portuguese at some point because we're planning to stay here for a long, long time. And at some point, they will feel the want and the need to learn the language, and then they're going to learn it. And just because it came from within, not because I pushed them or pressured them, or there is no pressure. They're fine right now. They play with Portuguese kids who don't speak English. They're able to interact and play with the people here, young and old. So there's no rush, and I'm not going to pressure my kids into that. Okay. So just my little 2 cents about this topic, and I hope to hear from you. Leave a comment below. Bye.